Hello, my absolutely beautiful Scorpio friends, and welcome to your horoscope for August of 2022. Where Scorpio, this month we've got one of your ruling planets heading into retrograde. The other one is already in retrograde. So we'll welcome Mars into its retrograde, and we are going to spend the next 7 months working with this Mars in Gemini energy. So you really get an opportunity to focus, like almost laser focus into this 8th house area of your life. And this has to do with joint resources, the 8th house, joint resources, sex, intimacy, detox, endings, taxes, finances, healings, traumas, a great depth of passion, power, and joy. You're going to get to have a review of all of that depending on where it shows up and is manifesting in your life. Now, we are also going to have Uranus taking its retrograde at 18 degrees of Taurus, which is in your relationship zone. So this is a signal to me. This is a signature that is saying you are moving, you're breaking out of something. There's a freedom coming in your relationship in some way, shape, or form, but there may also be a little bit of a surprising twist that comes with that over this next year. So I would really be interested to see what that looks like. You'll have to let me know what that manifests like in your life. All right, Scorpio, let's jump in here and see what's going on this month. So right at the beginning of the month on the 11th, we've got Mars entering into the energy of Virgo. This will light up your 11th house space. So this is friends, social grouping, social media, organizations that you're attached to, but also your long range plans, goals, and designs. Like, I just keep getting this sense, Scorpio, where it's like, have you been working for something for a very long time, or you've been waiting for it, and now as Mercury moves here, you like the light is at the end of the tunnel, and you're like, I can make some decisions. I got information, I have knowledge, I have experience, and now I can make decisions here in a way that allows me to discern the truth, get organized, prioritize, so that this area of my life can be the very best that it can be. I think that Mercury doing its tour here is really going to be quite useful for you. Now on the 11th, we've got Venus moving into the energy of Leo. So as we experience this pleasure and this play with Leo, or Venus, in the 10th house, it's a nice attracting energy. It's attracting things in. It's attracting things to your name, to your title, to your reputation. It could even be that you see, or you can see light at the end of the tunnel where some financial changes are going to be available in the career zone. But I also feel like it's really important to understand that Venus in Leo is your big cat energy. So whatever you have been doing financially, whatever you have been doing and investing in your relationships, give yourself a couple weeks here with Venus in Leo to have pride in what you have done and what you have accomplished. That's not always the go-to, but it's a really big deal to pay attention to the ways that you have succeeded as well, so that you can stay in alignment with where you'd like to go next and not forget to also be a part of the journey and the moment. So pay attention here, because there is a vibration of attraction and magnetism here that is definitely towards your favor, okay? Now we're also on the same day going to have a full moon at 19 degrees of Aquarius. So the full moon is going to ask us to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment. It is again this sense all month long, Scorpio, that something is culminating so that it makes way down the road for what's coming in next. And this full moon is no different. This lights up your 4th house space, home, family, real estate, property. So there may be connections, social connections, there may be friendships, there may be depending on where this sits in your chart, Saturn is in Aquarius, so it could be a contract or something that is ending this month, and it makes way for the square with Uranus from this moon to freedom, to your resources. Something opens back up for you around home. Now, one of the other things I was thinking of too is there somebody leaving your house? Is there an ending coming to your house? Are you a person who flips properties? Are you moving? Is somebody moving into your house so you guys can save money and work jointly? Is somebody moving out? Whatever the situation is, there is definitely a call to the change around home, okay? When we get to the 20th, two things are happening. First, we're going to have Mercury moving into pre-retrograde shadow time at 24 degrees of Virgo. So you want to note this down because Mercury is going to actually take its retrograde September 9th in the energy of Libra, but then back up. So we want to see where the lessons and the signature for paying attention are going to be in this 11th house because they'll make themselves known right here on the 20th. Now we're also going to see Mars move into the energy of Gemini. Okay, here we go. 7 months of Mars in Gemini energy. So the 8th house is lit up for you. Joint finances, joint resources, death, endings, astrology, healing, trauma, sex, all of it is on the table for you, and you will need to look at your life and see where the manifestation's at. But also, this is a great energy with Mars in Gemini that's very curious and wants to learn and wants to talk and wants to share, to be collaborating on something that can be incredibly successful for you, okay? So Mars is also inflammatory. If there is an issue with another party or in some kind of joint connection, you may find that you're having to really talk this out and find your way to the other side, okay? I will also just tell you this. When Mars gets into Gemini, regardless of where it's at in the chart, the tendency to take on too much because we very enthusiastically start many things or go after many things or think a whole bunch of things, and there's too many things, right? Like there's too many little fires burning. So be mindful of that. Try and stay as focused as you can on what you're working with, not get wrapped up in the story that your mind is telling you, but deal the best you can with the facts, okay? Mars is going to move into pre-retrograde shadow time on September 3rd, so we'll keep our eye out for that when we get to the September horoscope. On the 22nd, we've got the sun moving into the energy of Virgo now, bringing that light, heat, life, and vitality to the 11th house. As we get to the end of the month, we're also going to see a new moon here. So the 11th house is quite impactful for you. What are these long-range goals, dreams, and aspirations that you have for yourself? And are you aligned with the appropriate tribe and channel to help you love that and create that and organize that, Virgo, and bring that into your life to discern maybe why you're stuck? If you felt like you've been stuck for a while, are you just talking to you? Is it time to bring other voices in? When is the last time, Scorpio, that you felt really good in a friendship? This is a wonderful season to plant your seeds of intention for that. On a very practical note too, if you needed to get a social media manager or you're learning about the social sphere or which ones are for you, this is also going to be a useful season, okay? Now on the 24th, we see Uranus taking that retrograde at 18 degrees of Taurus. Now keep in mind, we just had one of your ruling planets, Mars, come together with Uranus and the North Node in the end of July for this destiny meetup. So around between the 20th of July and the 31st of July, really the 20th of July, and I want to say the 1st, 2nd of August, were there people, places, things, lessons, situations, circumstances that came into your life, and it was like a destiny meetup. It was like, I have to detach from this. I cannot do this way. I cannot allot my resources this way, or I get to change. I get to have an innovation. I see freedom on the horizon, right? Whatever that was, this is this breakout energy that now Uranus is going to finish shaking to freedom, right? It's going to finish shaking you from the inside. Now, I would love for you to go back to May 7th of 2022, this year, to 14 degrees of Taurus. This is where Uranus started to vibrate at 14 degrees of Taurus. So between 14 degrees of Taurus and 18 degrees of Taurus, this is where we're going to see Uranus do its work. So what was happening for you between May 7th, 2022 and May 9th of 2023 in a 1-year span? What has changed, innovated, ended, been surprising around your resources? Because this is really the call of the Uranian signature, okay? Now, as we get to the 25th, we're going to see Mercury move into the energy of Libra. So this is back up here into the 12th house space for you, our hidden space. Quiet things, bringing things to culmination. You're thinking about endings, but you're also, maybe there's a conversation where you have to be diplomatic. It's friendly. There's an ease that's coming with it, but you are thinking about endings and beginnings and ancestors? And are you working on something behind the scenes? Is there a creative project? I often, when I think about the 12th house space, I think about, is there anything going on with your brain? Is there any kind of brain situation going on? Did you have a brain injury or something that would be an ailment even behind the scenes, right? We can't see it. You maybe have to tell somebody you have it. Do you have an immunocompromised system? And your system could be more stimulated under this Mercury and Libra energy. But because there's a Venusian vibe to it, it could also be something that is easily soothed and treated by just bringing the nervous system or bringing that particular system down. Whatever it is, Mercury has got you working behind the scenes, thinking about things from the past and getting ready, I think, for some culmination and transition. As we're going to close out this month, we've got now that new moon at 4 degrees of Virgo, so make sure you locate that on your chart, Scorpio, okay? Lighting up that 11th house space. So plant your seeds of intention to bring friendships, bring tribes, bring the aspirations you had for your life into focus and into discernment, right? Bring the right tribe, the right people, the right kind of critical analysis, a calling in of health to build the healthiest Scorpio version of yourself that you've got available, healthy friendships, right? Bring in whatever it is that you need to meet your goal and then get out of the way and let the universe deliver it exactly the way you need it for your greatest good. All right, my beautiful Scorpios, I hope you have an amazing August, and I look forward to connecting with you in the weeklies and certainly getting us ready for all of the retrogrades that we're going to start to see kick back up as we get to September. Then your ruling planet Mars is going to have this retrograde October to January, so we've got plenty to talk about next month as well. But for now, do you have a great month, and I'll see you in September. Bye, Scorpio.